So this is something else from the Reddit. Glenn Greenwald and Tucker Carlson go on the attack against Tulsi Gabbard's critics. And the person that sent this points out that Glenn Greenwald was defending her. So Glenn Greenwald said that he's not a supporter of her candidacy, that's Tulsi Gabbard, but he said that Tulsi Gabbard is being unfairly attacked. There are some really legitimate and serious concerns that I have, and that have been raised by the real left, not the Democratic Party liberals. And he listed them: her support for the war on terror, her affinity for Hindu nationalism in India, her affection for some really terrible dictators. These are the words of Glenn Greenwald. But what's really going on is that the Democrats hate her for two other reasons. She supported Bernie Sanders over Hillary Clinton in 2016, and she's been questioning a lot of Washington orthodoxy. She deviates from a lot of the Washington consensus. She's hard to put in a liberal, conservative, right-wing, or left-wing box, and that's what Washington really hates. Interesting assessment. And I think it gets at a bigger theme. You know, as we're going through 2020, there are a lot of questions we're going to have about a lot of candidates. Some of them are very, very good questions. Some of them are important questions that we need clarification on. My video editor, Joe, made a great video about Tulsi Gabbard recently. I've not gotten to watch the whole thing yet, but I've watched half of it, and he's doing a really good job addressing his concerns. That should be all of our concerns, and are valid things to address. Now, similarly, does that mean that all concerns are valid? No. Some have more meat than others, so to speak. And, you know, a lot of the Democratic establishment's attacks on Tulsi, some of them are just pretty weak. You know, I mean, talking about when she felt a certain way as a teenager, she grew up in a conservative household. At one point, she was, you know, she was not for gay rights. She was a teenager. She has learned, she has evolved, and she has been pro-gay rights ever since. And it's been reflected in her decisions, in her words, in her voting. So, you know, and I've had this argument with some more, you know, centrist. I use centrist in quotes because if you're a centrist by contemporary U.S. standards, you're conservative. That's just true. You know, I've had this argument. Oh, Tulsi Gabbard, she's not. I'm like, no, she's changed. Didn't you change? And it's very ironic. The same people that were rah-rah for Hillary Clinton are saying Tulsi Gabbard can't change. Well, gee, what's the difference there? Hillary Clinton didn't come around on gay marriage until, I believe, after Tulsi Gabbard, first of all. And second of all, she came around because public opinion forced her to. Hillary Clinton was very much in the public spotlight. She had to, because public opinion forced her to. She just swayed with public opinion. Tulsi Gabbard, on the other hand, had an actual change. She was raised a certain way. It influenced her. Then she started exploring things more, learning more, and she had a true, genuine change. Does that mean there aren't some valid criticisms against her? No, surely there are. And I'm still evolving on them myself. But some of the criticisms are totally bogus. And I think this segment is a prime example of that. Glenn Greenwald saying it, hey, there are some criticisms we need to look into. We need to learn on. And I'm still learning on them. I'm still making my own assessments. And I think everybody else should be too, because 2020 is a long fucking way off. We got a while. But there's some bogus criticisms out there that I've already just sort of written off. And I think this article kind of summarizes that well.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know